Hi guys, what's up? So we are gonna work on routing. So one thing I want to do before I move into routing, I want to clean up this authors in here because our form, as you can see, I didn't really account for an author in there, and I'm not gonna worry about it. So instead of doing that, I'm just gonna take it off. Now, if you wanted to use authors, the ideal way would be to use some kind of authorization service that, for login and things like that, and then you get the user's API from whatever system you're using for logging in, and then get the name from there, and then that will be the author, right? So, but for right now, since we're not going to mess around with any of that, maybe in future courses I'll explain how to do an authorization system through Firebase or something like that. So for right now, we're gonna take it off. So just go to your regular DB-JSON, your database, your API, whatever you want to call it. Let's get rid of these authors. And that's it. Okay, so that they're off the database. And then we also had to do some refactoring over here in the actual task, and we had to get rid of that as well, because no point in showing something that doesn't exist. And save that. Alright, so now it's cleaned up a little bit. Alright, so to make use of our what do you call it? Our routing, right? Be able to route. You have to remember that the way that single page application frameworks work is they don't really work by pages, they work by views. So technically speaking, these are not a page, these are views, and then the views, they end up being replaced one for another, and then the top, the domain with the address and all that stuff mimics what it will look like to go to a different path or go to a different page, but it's not really. It's just a view being kind of like flashcards, but you're not really leaving the room and going into another one. So let's close this DB-JSON for now because we don't need that. Close the header. Let's leave the home there for now. So what we're going to do first of all is we are going to install this right here, npm install react router DOM. Make sure that you have slashes, I mean not slashes, dashes, npm install react router DOM. Okay, and then if you want to, like that, same thing, you can save it. Alright, so make sure that you do that. It'll take a second. Cool. So now that that's in there, now we can access to it. Now we can access it. Alright, so we're going to have to go to the app.js, not the home.js, because the home is still a view. The app is where you're actually showing home, okay? But in order to actually test this, we remember the folder that we created, the about folder that we will eventually will create a page called about. We're gonna go ahead and do that now. So we're gonna set up a new file and call it about.js. And then inside there, we're just gonna add something. So RFC, and then we're gonna put hello from about. That's it. Simple. You can do whatever else you want. We're just gonna have this, but actually going to want a link that will take me back, obviously, because I don't want to end up alone there. So I'm gonna put a link there that is gonna take me back to the home page. Okay. All right. So close that and close the tag. What the heck? There you go. And let's just say back home. All right, so now how do we get this view? So if we go back to the app and I put the view down here, which is where the main app.js will be, where you would import this. For small websites, for small applications, for larger applications, you would want to have a different system, a different way to organize this, so that not everything is going to be in the app.js, but instead it's going to be another file that is being maintained somewhere else that is injecting this stuff. But for right now, this is what we're going to do, and it's technically going to be in pages about. There we go. So now if we bring it in here, we do that, we're gonna see hello from about right here with my link back to home also there. So this is what I mean. You eventually going to have all of the pages lined up down here, and they're all going to show right on top of the other because they are all part of the same domain. Our job with the router is to split these views into separate pages so that they only split the views as in hiding it and then showing only the view that you are requesting to see through the route, but not really making pages. Okay, that's why it's called a single page application. Technically, the entire website is loaded in one page, but the views are being called on demand. So how are we going to do that? Now that we have the browser, I gotta look it up. Browser router, yes, that's why it's not showing up. So we have to do this thing here, and we're going to look for browser router as router, and also the route, and that's going to come from React router DOM. All right, so now that we have that, we're going to now, for this to work, is we have to encapsulate everything inside of a router, inside of the actual router of so everything goes inside there. So we're gonna just replace this this div here with router, and then these individual ones right here will be replaced with the actual routes. So we're gonna go down here and we're gonna put a route, and then the path that is gonna route to, and this one is gonna go to home, and the component that is going to show it, and that's going to be that's not a string. It's not a string. It's going to be that. There we go. Let me see here. I would have thought that this thing would have turned yellow. I mean blue or something. Hopefully it's not broken. And I'm just writing here broken code. Anyway, let's go ahead and save that and put this one route path to about. This one is going to go to the about page, and it's going to be the about component. And now we don't need these pages in here anymore, and we're going to save. So now when we save it, we see the home page, and if we click on about here and we go there, we are also going to see the home page on the about. Okay, so the reason why this happens is because we need to tell the route to show only the exact component that is being requested. So now I can only see on the about link, I can see the hello from about page, and then if I go back to home, then I'll be able to see on my home page just the home page stuff. Okay, all right, cool. So this is basically as simple as I can put it as far as routing goes, but the one thing that I do want to do, and I'm going to do something here to test it. What should I do here? Let's put a link down here in the home page. So let's go to the home page, and underneath my task down here, I am going to put a footer, and then in that footer, I am going to put a hyperlink, href. Wow, I can't stand when it doesn't do that. So let's turn this into JavaScript React. There you go. So now I can, what the heck, come on. There we go. href equals about, I want this to go to my about page, Sorry. Okay, that was painfully frustrating. All right, so I have my link to go to the about page. So if I click on it, it'll take me to the home page. But you see how look at the icon here, right? Watch, you see how it's refreshing the page? So that's bad. Technically, you don't want this to happen. So what you want to do is that you want to bring over here at the top, you want to bring link. How come the IntelliSense is not working? How come none of this is working? All right, link from, what is link? Okay, so link is part of it's part of several exports, so we have to put it like that. Okay, there we go. Import link from React router DOM. There you go. So now that we have access to the link, now instead of using that, we're gonna replace this with this, and then here we're gonna put 2. All right, and now we're gonna do the same thing. Let's just copy this link on the about page, and then we're gonna replace this link with 2. Same thing with this one, with the closing one. Save that as well. So now watch how it doesn't, when I click on about, you see there was no refresh over here. The page is still the same, but it navigated just as fine. So this makes everything a lot smoother, a lot faster. This is how you really want to be able to navigate back and forth from one page to another. So we can go ahead and leave that there, because on the next video we're going to prep the form, prep the edit system, so that we can edit these things, these tasks correctly, not just the notification bell from the home page, but actually the entire task. That's gonna take a bit of work, so we're gonna split those into different things. Okay, all right guys, I'll see you in the next one.